the 7th race of the Target Series season, we stay on the East Coast and we head to the Boston International Speedway for the running of the White Castle 300. On the pole for today's race, it's Roman Fenway in the 89. Beside him in second, the 47 of Madison Tall. Then in third place, it's John Smith. Fourth, it is Keyshawn Richardson. And rounding out the top 5, Alex Fletcher in the 41. Starting in 6th, we have Evan Hunter. 7th place is Mason Baskers. Colton Yo in 8th. 9th, it is Riley Spurleytube. And Jake Richardson, the 17, rounds out the top 10. Back behind them, Sebastian Dupain, the 33. Beside him, Casey Nanico in the 14. Then DJ Reed, 99. And to his inside, in-race reporter, the 88 of Luke Gurney. He won here last season, and he knows how to get it done. Won here yesterday in the Pennsylvania Truck Series. Then there's Sebastian Kukulan and Brett Searer, last season's champion, with Eli Bright, the 8, and the 60 of Michael Gregory. Rounding out the top 20, Jay Josh with the helmet cam, and the 16 of Mathis Wells. Trey, let's go down and get a word in with our in-race reporter, Luke Rainey.
All right, Luke Rainey, this is Trey up in the booth. You got a copy? All right, let me try that again. Luke, this is Trey and Joe up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
All right, man. You're starting there about midway, though. You won here yesterday in the Truck Series. You also won here last season here in the Target Series. How you feeling about today?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident about our chances here. Definitely this racetrack. You know, I feel like I've learned this racetrack pretty quickly. It's fairly new to the schedule, but ultimately the key here is just making sure you get on that inside line. I mean, the pack is going to separate as you get through this race. So really, if you got good track position by the time the pack separates, that's very essential in getting a good position. So I think we're in good shape today. We're getting a good starting position here in the 13th Navy Chevrolet. So I'm looking forward to this.
All right, and then, you know, saying you want good track position, how are you going to make sure you do get in that good track position whenever the pack does spread out here?
No, like I said, it's all about staying on the inside line and just doing it at the right time. You know, the last thing you want to do here is get put on the top side early, because then you're really in trouble as you move throughout the run. But 42 laps, a lot can happen certainly at this racetrack, but hopefully all goes well for us.
All right, awesome. Sounds good. Well, good luck out there, and we'll be paying attention.
All right, thank you.
Luke Rainey starting in the 13th position here today. Not much spots to make up here at the start of the race. It'll be interesting to see him try and come through the field and get his second straight win here at Boston. 42 laps, as we mentioned, the White Castle 300. Let's go on track time. Fire these cars up for the 7th Target Series race of the season.
Drivers, start your engines.
42 engines, crank up, and we're rolling off the starting grid. We go racing for 42 laps here in the White Castle 300 at the Boston International. All of our points contenders start towards the back of the field. The highest up inside the top 5 in points, Mathis Wells starts in the 20th position. Fitzwater and others back there along with Minnick start outside the top 30. Can they try and claw their way up, or will we get some new faces at the front of the points after today? Pace car to pit road, Roman Fenway, 47 tall, front row for the start of the White Castle 300 down the front stretch to the green flag. We're racing here at Boston.
Everyone there in the field got a pretty even start. Madison was able to stay on the outside of the 89 there for a while, but the inside line there prevailed, and the 89 of Roman Fenway was able to clear himself as the 04 of John Smith looks underneath him.
John Smith trying to get around, lead the first lap of the race from third start position. He'll get it done. He'll lead the first lap. 5 bonus points towards the championship there. Now quickly to the inside comes Alex Fletcher looking to hunt for that race lead. Mason Basker's back behind him. Smith moves aside for Fletcher down the backstretch. Fletcher, Basker, Spurleytube on the inside lane, all dodges as they'll move their way to the front of the field. Now Fletcher trying to hold off the teammates of Baskers and Riley Spurleytube. It's going to be Fletcher lead the second lap, but Baskers has the inside preferred lane to turn 1. It's just behind them. Dupain and Luke Rainey already coming up inside the top 10.
Yeah, like Luke said, he's not going to waste any time here. Try to get up front before this field all spreads out here with the 48 of Brett Searer following his tracks there. As you can see, the bottom line is definitely where you want to be here at the moment. It might change later in the race. You never know what could happen here. But as they're wrecking already, the 25 of Olsen's around in front of everyone else. Keyshawn Richardson's also involved. The 17, I believe that's 30 of Zidel. A 21 of Hernandez as well involved there. A big wreck here pretty early in the race.
And I think that's oh, look at that. The 21 got hit, and he's going to go on his side. Never got fully upside down, but the caution out early on. 2 teammates didn't take the yellow. Look at back around right here. Baskers and Spurleytube caution out early on lap number 4. Oh, and they barely missed that 21. They're getting back. So a big crash early on here at Boston. We're accustomed to seeing that early crashes here, big crashes here, and it happened off turn number 4. You can see all the damage. Lions involved. Alex Turner, Zidell, Eric Olson, DJ Reed got damaged. Colin Teague. Looked like Landon Dinkins, Danny Lloyd may have gotten away, but Fitzwater, the point series, back in there. Did he get involved? See, they're trying to lay, I think, the 92 by. Look at Jake Richardson, the damage he has in the 17 car. I think Keyshawn Richardson was involved as well. So a lot of cars involved in this one. Some are going to be taken out here early on in the White Castle 300. Let's go see our first caution flag, what caused it further back in the field. First caution flag out here in lap number 3, and it's going to be a tap from Evan Hunter onto Keyshawn Richardson. That's going to get him down into Eric Olson. You see coming here off turn number 4, just a slight tap. The slightest of taps is going to get that 11 down sideways into the 25, and Eric Olson's going to take a hard hit up here into the outside wall. Right there comes down to Keyshawn, and then the track is kind of blocked, and the outside drivers try to slam on the brakes. Go high. Look at Eli Bright. Mathis Wells do a great job, but others get clogged up, like Taylor Bryan Price, Landon Lyons. Hernandez comes down. You see Jeff Bright miss it. Alex Turner, but there's Zidell. Fitzwater is sideways. Colin Teague, and a lot of cars involved in this one. Sebastian Kukulon back there. Landon Dinkins, Danny Lloyd. A few. I'm surprised more missed it than what we saw. I thought a lot less were gonna be able to miss that, but some drivers did a great job getting through this.
Yeah, these drivers did a really good job of slowing it down here. Most of the drivers got away with minimal damage, especially the 59, your points leader of Zachary Fitzwater. Doesn't look like he has that much damage there after taking a couple bumps there, but Eric Olson and even the 92 there as well probably took some of the biggest damage. And the 21 of Hernandez there got up on his side, so I would say those three probably got the worst of this ordeal.
And on board with Fitzwater, the points leader coming in. See how much damage he did get right there. A little bit front end damage, some side damage. I mean, he'll be able to continue on. He might be just a little bit off the pace, but it won't be too bad. But after the crash was basically over, there's the 20 get hit by the 99, almost up and over. Got on his side, but luckily came back down to all fours and never got onto its roots. So tough break for a lot of drivers involved in that one. But two teammates lead the way here in Boston. Mason Baskers and Riley Spurrier, who currently out front. Baskers is actually on pit road. I think he's a lone soldier. I think that maybe there's an issue on that 19 car.
Yeah, it definitely does not look like they want to be pitting this early here in the race. Maybe something was wrong, or they're just going to adjust the car here. So we'll have to see what's going on with them and if they'll be able to, make their way back up front here to see if they can possibly get back out front and win.
So issues to our race leader, Mason Baskers. His teammate, Riley Spurrier, is going to be out front in control here in the White Castle 300 at Boston. Coming back green here in the White Castle 300 at Boston, cleaning up the first caution flag of the day. And the only car out, surprisingly, Colin Teague. All the rest of the cars are still left running. Mason Baskers from the race lead back to 39th here. DJ Reed a lap down. Other cars at the back of the field are damaged. Eric Olson has damage. He'll restart mid-pack at 21st. So some cars that have damage are restart mid-pack. That could create a recipe for disaster. Spurrier to Dupain, Luke Rainey, Brett Sierra, and Alex Fletcher, the front 5 for the restart. Green flag back in the air. Spurrier gets the break on Dupain to turn number 1, but Dupain staying right in the back of the 9, and Luke Rainey in 3rd, trying to get there as well.
We're going to have to see if the 33 Dupain's going to get a run. As he does get a run, he's going to look below the 9 of Riley Spurley. We'll see if Luke Rainey's going to be able to follow him as he does. Riley Spurley there is left all alone on the outside. It looks like he might start to fall back here as no one is going to follow him on the front stretch.
And Luke Rainey looking for the race lane. Turn number 1 heads up from Brett Sierra to the pack and spread out towards the back of the field because of the damaged cars like Eric Olson and the 21 of Anthony has restart mid-pack. But it's Luke Rainey out front here in Boston looking for his second straight win here in the Target Series and his second straight win at the racetrack. Won here yesterday in the Pennzoil Truck Series. He knows how to get it done at this racetrack. He's shown it out front, leading Brett Sierra and Alex Fletcher, who are looking side by side for a second to turn number 1.
Yeah, these guys side by side for a second is going to possibly here help Luke Rainey pull away a little bit, but you never know here as the 41 of Fletcher is still on the inside there as the 04 believe that is that's right, that's John Smith there is going to follow him as the 41 goes up top. We'll see if John Smith is going to be able to poke to the inside here.
Smith trying. I think he has nose to the inside to turn number 1, the preferred lane. Michael Gregory just behind him. Here comes Jay Jefferson with the helmet cam moving up into the top 5 after starting back in the 19th position. He's made his way up inside the top 5, so showing that he has a strong race car, making some moves early on. And now up now for 4th on Alex Fletcher. Evan Hunter moving back forward. Riley Spurrier fell back on the restart, but now coming back up onto the inside beside Brett Sierra for 7th. Colton Yell 55 also down low. 47 Madison Tall coming back. Michael Gregory side by side with John Smith for the 2nd position. Jay Jefferson looking behind that, wondering where to go. Evan Hunter 64 also coming up on the inside, but Luke Rainey pulls away because they're side by side back behind him.
Yeah, that side-by-side racing is definitely stalling them guys out, which is letting Luke just pull away. Not by very much, though, but, just enough to where he's somewhat comfortable. He's still definitely looking in his mirror to see if these guys are going to start catching back up, as they might be slightly there, but it's going to take a while. As we see Jay Jefferson there in the bottom, he's going to try to lead a couple of them guys back up to the bumper there.
And Rainey's pulled away nicely there, side by side for a second still. They're basically just shuffling each other out. They go 2 by 2 every single portion of the lap, and it's really hurting their chance to catch that 88. Every lap he's trying to pull away because of them slowing each other down, stalling out side by side. Evan Hunter's going to try and clear for a second here and keep it on Riley Spurley Tube. The 9 looking low, the 64 trying to come off. They caught Jake Richardson. Look at that right there. They had to go high around that 17. He was coming down pit road, and around they're going to go. Michael Gregory into John Smith and others, and they're crashing at the front of the field. He gets Alex Fletcher. Bronson Minnick's going to go low and miss it, and the rest of the field, he gets hit. Mason Baskers isn't it. Baskers on his side and upside down, and others pile in.
A very big wreck here. The 19 there, Baskers is stuck upside down on the apron there. Nowhere for those guys behind them to go. All just piled in there. Was not expecting to see that coming off the corner there. The lap car just kind of stacked them up there, caused them to go 3 wide, and then most of the time here, 3 wide at this track just ends up causing big accidents.
Caution flag number 2 is a big one. Michael Gregory spun around at the front of the field, and it collects many others. 3 wide racing up onto the lap car. It's going to get 4 wide, wants to catch the 17, and they get very close together. The 60 up against the wall, trying to keep it off. Comes down a little bit. Maybe the 04 came up. I think this is just a battle for position. John Smith into Michael Gregory. The 04 pinching the wall. Gregory down to Alex Fletcher. But this is not the worst of the crash, Bardo. As we saw, the rest of the field comes in. Dupain and others miss like Bronson Minnick. But the second half of this field is going to come in and absolutely nail this 60 and others.
Yeah, it seemed like the first pack there was able to all spread out a little bit, but as you can see, Baskers just plows into the side of the 60 that completely clobbers him. Your points leader there, the 59, and the 6 and the 09 as well all get involved here. Nanico is just hits the 60 there, so 60 continues to spin around, and then more stuff just happens going on down there into the beginning of turns 1.
Yeah, Jake Galloway, 20, also got involved in that. You can see the 24 do a great job of Delelo gone to the apron to save his race car. Dupain did a very good job, the 33. Other guys that got low and slowed down, but right here, this second pack. See Jeff Bright and others miss it. Right there, Tommy Fletcher Jr., Kukulan, some of those guys right there were the first ones to get involved in that hard hit at the end for Michael Gregory into, or Casey Nanico into the 60 of Michael Gregory. Let's go look and see Mason Baskers and what happened to that 19, how he got upside down in this crash.
Yeah, I believe he got propped up there on possibly Kukul on the 00 there as when he hit the 60, let's see. Yep, just props him up there, got on his side, and then the weight of the car just shifts him over to the other side, flips him upside down. A wild ride there for Mason Baskers.
Unfortunately for Baskers, it doesn't end up back on all fours. It ends up on its lid. So for Luke Rainey, the 88, looking for a back-to-back Target Series wins here at Boston. He currently leads the way in the White Castle 300. Back here at Boston, Luke Rainey, the 88, currently the race there, just about midway through. Trey, let's go get a quick word with the driver of the 88.
All right, Luke Rainey, this is Trey and Joe up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
All right, man, leading out front here, you had a very strong car there, was able to pull away one of the biggest leads we've seen all day. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. I mean, obviously we got a very fast car. I mean, it was evident based off of that, but the timing and everything, like I talked about before the race, I mean, that really worked in our benefit. But let me just say that, I mean, we had Bozo the Clown running on that apron in turns 3 and 4. That was unbelievable what the 17 was doing. I can't believe NASCAR hasn't parked him yet, but I mean, he's ultimately 4 laps down or something right now. I mean, that was just ridiculous. He should be ashamed of himself.
Yeah, that was a little sketchy there. It happened really quick. We weren't ready for that accident to happen, but you know how stuff here happens at Boston. Well, coming around 3 and 4 here, we're going to let you go. Good luck here.
All right, take care, guys.
Coming back to the restart, that was worth our racer Luke Rainey. See the cars out, Nanico, Baskers, Gregory, Taylor Brian Price, and Jake Galloway. 17, as Luke Rainey mentioned, is 4 laps down. DJ Reed 1 lap down. 34 cars currently on the lead lap. So Luke Rainey, Riley Spurgeon, to Evan Hunter, Colton Yo, Jay Jefferson, the front 5 were back. Green and Boston. Luke Rainey gets a great jump over Riley Spurley Tube.
Yeah, that was a very good jump there. I don't know if Spurley might have spun the tires or Luke was just timing that really perfect. He's already out to a 3-car lead there. As the 55 looked like he maybe didn't get that good of a start, not to the back of the 64 there of Evan Hunter. He's going to look to the inside of Spurley.
Yeah, that just kind of stacked the field at that restart. Riley Spurgeon not going, really kind of stacked everyone up. And Evan Hunter, 64, is going to take advantage to get to second. Colton Yo didn't really get going, and Jay Jefferson now moves to 4th. Here comes our pulsar coming back. Roman Fenway, haven't talked about him basically all race. He lost the lead, never talked about him. Back up inside the top 10 to 6th. Side by side bound front for 4th. Jefferson trying to get by the 55 of Yo. Can't complete the pass. Yo's going to slide up the banking. Jefferson going to take advantage of the bottom of the racetrack. He might be. No, look at Yo keeping that outside lane run and trying to keep it ahead of that one of Jefferson. But Jay doing a great job on the inside. I think finally right there, perseverance going to pay off for the one car.
Yeah, Jay Jefferson should be able to get the run off the bottom as he does, and is he able to clear himself from the guys behind him here as Roman Fenway got stuck up top. As you can see, Luke Rainey still has a pretty decent-sized lead here over Evan Hunter and Riley Spurley. They're not letting Luke get totally away, but just to enough that where if Luke makes a mistake, they're going to be able to get at least side-by-side with him.
And still 20 laps to go here in Boston. Lots of time left for something to happen. Sprotube looking low and Hunter into turn number 3. He's far enough up against him to where he did get his nose underneath. Hunter's going to slap the banking. And now off of 4, door-to-door for the second position. Riley Sprotube's going to have the advantage on the inside lane to turn number 1. I think they actually closed on Luke Rain a little bit right there through 3 and 4, even though they were side-by-side. So I think Sprotube, definitely a strong race car like that 88 of Luke Rain. I think they are pretty equal right now, this portion of the race.
Yes, sir. And as you can see here, Jay Jefferson on the inside passing the 64 of Evan Hunter. Looks like his car here is a little stronger later in the run. Maybe it's finally getting tuned in as he's making his way up front, followed by the 23 of Max Anderson. Haven't talked about him all race, but he's making himself present here near halfway. And
Jake Richardson, I think, is stuck in a pit glitch. He's back down pit road, so issues on that 17 keep compiling, and he's going to be in the way if that keeps happening. If these drivers, once leaders catch them through 3 and 4, they're going to have to go high. As that 17 comes down pit road, it could affect some people's race and lead to an accident like we saw with the 60 of Michael Gregory, that second caution flag of the race. For the lead, Sprotubes close down the back of Luke Rain. It's now about a car length between the 88 and the 9 as they come off turn 2.
Yeah, Riley Spurley here seems like his car is getting stronger and stronger each lap as he's able to catch up to the 88 of Luke Rainey. Once Luke Rainey got out front, looks like he had the strongest car, but, as we said, Riley Spurley is not letting him get too far away here. Maybe Luke pulled away a little bit there, but Max Anderson is also coming up here. He's going to see what he's got for these guys up front.
And how about some drivers we haven't talked about? Max Anderson, as mentioned, Code Red up to 5th. Jose Mills to 6th. They're starting to make their names known at the front. DeLello had that great save in the last crash, moving up inside the top 10. Mazental just behind him. Jeff Bright the 5. How about Levi Shones? Car number 22 is one of the last 2 Boston races in the Target Series with Case Nacko and then Luke Rainey last season. They're looking to go 3 in a row. The number 22, even though it's with a different team this time, they're still looking to do it. Levi Shones up inside the top 15. See Max Anderson get shuffled there, and still the same front 2. Luke Rainey and Riley Spruce. They're trying to pull away for the battle for 3rd.
Yeah, they definitely are pulling away a little bit there, just kind of making it trying their best as they're coming up to the 25 of Eric Olson here, a lap car. We're going to have to see how these leaders here are able to get around him. Luke's going to try, and he's going to peek low there, pass him on the inside. Good move by him. Riley Spurley's going to follow here as Eric Olson gets to the top and is going to try to let these guys go below him.
Colton Hill's up top, nowhere to go for the 55. He's got to jam on the brakes, and now the battle for 2nd is on. Code Red inside Riley Spurley tubes. How about Code Red coming up to the front? Very quiet early on, but now we're getting into the final 15-10 laps. He's up to 2nd, has a shot to win this race, and more lap traffic ahead. If we stay green, we'll definitely catch those drivers. Remember, the 21 was on his side in the first crash of the day. He's still up there, and we have 3 others ahead of the 21 as well.
Yeah, we're coming up here to a big group of lap cars, so either these lap cars or hopefully they don't get all racy and go side by side here and block these leaders. It'll make it a very interesting. Hopefully they'll just stay single file and go to the top side and let the leaders battle it out for whoever has the best car here. As Max Anderson's going to dive to the inside of the 29 of Code Red, making his way up. Riley Spurley and Luke Rainey are still 1-2.
Sprotube has a run. He's going to take it to the inside. A great 3 and 4 for the driver of the 9s. Inside Luke Rainey. We catch lap traffic to turn number 1. 11 to go on the White Castle 300. Luke climbs the banking, and Riley is out front here in Boston. Lead change here, coming around to 10 to go. They might look 3 wide for 2nd, catching lap traffic.
Yeah, the 40 of Jose Mills backed out of that as the 21's going to stay low, block the 9 of Riley Spurley. Not a good move on the 21's part there. Now he's going to go high. Luke Rainey's going to be stuck behind him here. See if Luke Rainey's going to be able to jump down behind Code Red possibly, as Max Anderson's going to start to creep on the 9 of Riley Spurley here coming onto the backstretch.
Luke does get low in the 5th position, but loses a few spots right there. Now For the lead, Max Anderson low on Riley Spurley. They'll go side by side of turn 4. Riley trying to get around the top side. He does get around, but look at this. 3 lap cars all in a pack. Where do you go in this situation? They are double file for the race lead. It looks like the inside's going to be the lane to prevail. Max Anderson out in front again, and that's going to allow many drivers to catch back on to this lead draft. 4 cars got away, but now here comes Rainey in 5th, Massenthal and others. They're all here. They're all packed behind these lap cars with nowhere to go.
That's what I said. These lap cars started to get racy, got side by side. They're just to stack up the leaders here as the 40 of Jose Mills is going to dive to the inside with Luke Rainey right behind him. Keyshawn Richardson is going to go high, get out of their way. Your points leader there, the 59 of Fitzwater still holding up Anderson there as Jose Mills has taken the lead with Luke Rainey and Madison Tall, Jay Jefferson, Levi Shones, and Danny Lloyd all following.
Biggest losers in that deal, Code Red and Riley's Pro Tube fell back, maybe even outside the top 10 for some of them. They have dropped back there. So now Jose Mills out in front of the 40. Luke Rainey is back up to 2nd with a shot again. They have Madison Tall in 3rd position. Jay Jefferson in 4th. And how about Levi Jones up to 5th? Danny Lloyd up to 6th. Look at Jake Richardson merging into the pack. Oh, he hit his teammate Mathis Wells. The 11 almost bangs off him. He's coming back down pit road, obviously, so issues here. I mean, he stacked this field. Look at them. They're 3 by 3 because of that. Somehow they all made it through unscathed. We'll go back up to the race in the Battlefield League because with 6 to go, it's getting a little intense. Luke Ray's on the back of Jose Mills for catching now the 30 of Justin Zidell. Jefferson moves to 3rd. Levi Shones looking for 4th. Put this battle for the lead. 2 cars are breaking away. It's Mills, Rainey catching Zidell.
Yeah, Luke Rainey's going to have to time his thing right here. Hopefully lap traffic can help him out here a little bit as Jose Mills goes to the bottom there of Justin Zidell, Luke Rainey, and here comes Jay Jefferson, top 3, closing in with them, as well as the 22 of Levi Shodes, possibly going to try to get his, I believe, 3rd win of the season, if I remember correctly here. You never know what will happen here, but Jose Mills looks like he's going to do whatever he can to try to block them guys behind him.
Mills trying to keep Luke Rainey at bay. 4 cars break away in a single file line. Mills, Luke Rainey, Jefferson looking for 2nd, and Levi Shones right there stalking in 4th. Then Madison Tall trying to catch up in 5th. Yo Dupain, Red, and then Jeff right up to 9th. Battle for 10th is Danny Lloyd, and how about Mathis Wells? He could be the points there after this day is over. He's had a great showing thus far. For the lead, Luke Rainey's there, and Mills coming around to 3 to go. Can Mills get the run at the top? Can Rainey keep it down there? And for 3rd, Shones on Jay Jefferson. 3 laps to go in Boston. Rainey inside of Mills to turn number 1. He'll take it away through 1 and 2. Can he clear Mills down the backstretch? He looks like he has him cleared. Luke Rainey to the front of the field. Come around to 2 to go this time by. Shones trying to run him down the 22.
Now, what is Shones going to do here if he's able to clear himself off of Jose Mills, as he looks like Jose Mills got a big run off the top there.
Crossover.
Dive to the bottom. A crossover move on Luke Rainey here going into 1 and 2 to be able to see if he's going to be able to clear Luke Rainey here coming off of onto the backstretch.
Now Mills has the lead as they're side by side behind. Coming to the white flag, can Shones dive it to the inside to try and get to 2nd? He has to check up on the bottom. Luke Rainey might be able to clear for 2nd, have one final shot. Jose Mills, the 40 pulls away. Can the 88 run him down? This is the white flag lap in the White Castle 300. Mills leads to turn 1. Rainey with an aggressive entry, gains on corner entry. He gets the run on corner exit to stay with the 40 down the backstretch for the final time. Mills has a big gap over the 88 into turn number 3 for the final time. I think that is it through 3 and 4. Jose Mills going to hold off the challenge. He'll win the White Castle 300 at Boston. Luke Rainey in 2nd position. What an ending to this race.
Very, very entertaining there. The crossover by Jose Mills to get out in the lead, get that big gap there between him and the 88 of Luke Rainey is probably what sealed the deal here. I'm going to put that as my pass of the race. What a good crossover from the high side onto the front stretch and goes below the 88 of Luke Rainey. Good move by Jose Mills.
And for Luke Rainey, nothing to scoff at. His last 3 finishes here at Boston, first, second. A great average, and next season when we come here, maybe he can just try and keep that average up and win another one or get top 2 finishes in those ones. 42 laps down, Jose Mills wins it in Boston. Let's go see the finishing results. Here's how they finished in the White Castle 300 at the Boston International Speedway. 2 caution flags for 8 laps and 9 lead changes. 7 drivers out front today in this race. And reigning supreme, starting in the 33rd position, Jose Mills gets it done leading 8 of the 42 laps. Luke Rainey, the dominator today, 23 of 42 laps, led over half of the race. He ends up in 2nd, falls short after a crossover move for Jose Mills. 3rd place, Madison Tall. 4th place, Colton Young. Levi Shones from 37th rounds out the top 5. Almost got the number 22. Its 3rd straight victory here at Boston. 6th place to Sebastian Dupain. 7th for Jay Jefferson. Jeff Bryan and McDowell 8th and 9th. And Code Red, the 29, rounds out the top 10. Mathis Wells currently finishes in the 11th position. Denny Lloyd 12th, Eli Bright 13th, Jeffrey Briefer and Riley Spurleytube round out the top 13. Spurleytube also led a few laps, but lap traffic definitely affected the rest of his day. He falls to finish in 15th. They have DeLello, Minnick, Hunter, Trey Rainey, and Landon Lyons rounding out the top 20. Notables down here, Tommy Fletcher Jr. started on the last row but gets 21st. Roman Fenway from pole but falls back to 22nd. Max Anderson was up there, he fell back to 23rd. Kukulon, Fletcher, Dinkins, Smith, and Turner, last cars on the lead lap. One lap down drivers that impacted the end of this race. Zidell, Keyshawn Richardson, Fitzwater, Anthony Hernandez, Olson, DJ Reed. Brett Sierra out of the race with a header issue in the 48 car. Jake Richardson was running, so the 48, we didn't see that mechanical issue, but trouble for the 48 team. And then out of the race because of crash damage, Galloway, Brian Price, Gregory Baskers, Nanico, and Teague all out after that. Let's now go see the point standings.
And new points leader here after Boston, but not new to the leading the points, is the 22 of Levi Shows. Made his way back up there with a great finish at Boston, followed by the 59 of Zachary Fitzwater, 42 of Bronson Minnick is in third. Fourth place, the 88 of Luke Rainey, very good showing there at Boston as well. And rounding out the top 5 in points is the 16 of Mathis Wells. And 6th is the 47 of Madison Tall. 7th, the 24 of Zachary DeLello. 8th is the 77 of Tommy Fletcher Jr. 9th is the 29 of Code Red, his first time being in the top 10 in points this season. And rounding out the top 10 is the 40 of Jose Mills. 11th is the 1 of Jay Jefferson. 12th is the 33 of Sebastian Dupain. The 64 of Evan Hunter's next, followed by the 55 Colton Yo, the 18 of Jennifer Buford, the 25 of Eric Olson, the 9 of Riley Spurley, the 11 of Keyshawn Richardson, the 05 of Alex Turner, and rounding out the top 20 in points is the 89 of Roman Fenway.
And very, very close at the top of the points, top 6 within 13 points of each other. Definitely bunched back together after this race with some of our main points contenders not having great days and others that were further back having good days. If the chase were to start today, our 2 wild cards would be Sebastian Dupain 12th in points and Riley Spurleytube 17th in points because they have race victories outside the top 10, but they're also still inside the top 20. So even though they're not that great in points, especially Spurleytube, it's still early on. They have right now that win to back up on in case they need it. Jose Mills up inside the top 10 in points now after the win today here at Boston. Looking down, you see Colin Teague, Eli Bright just below. John Smith, Jake Richardson, Hernandez, last season's champion Brett Sierra, DJ Reed, winner at Michigan, down 27th in points. Adam McDowell down 32nd in the point standings. So those drivers definitely need to pick it up if they want to have a shot at the wild card spot. And down at the bottom, Jeff Bright, Taylor Brian Price round out the points field after 7 races of 28 in the Target Series season number 11. Looking forward to race number 8 on the season as we head to Kentucky for the KFC 300. We will see you guys then.